Welcome to the Simply Incredible podcast. I am Daryl, aka the D, here with two numbskulls. I mean, my guys.
You're right.
Hey, T Rizzle, Troy Champney, and JBZ.
What's up?
What do we know?
Oh man, I'm telling you what, it's been a fantastic week. It's been busy, but this weekend looks like it'll even be better with the Guardians of the Galaxy coming out. That's what I'm really pumped.
Guardians comes out bright and early last week in every other country on Earth. What is going on with why is America the last to get to watch these?
You saved the
epic
best
movies?
for last.
That's right.
No wonder I'm always last.
Hey.
Always. I'm still working on finish that 600 yards from fourth grade. So there we go.
Keep going.
I'm gonna make it.
You cannot fail until you quit running.
That's right.
You know, they always say never quit, but yet they always want smokers and drinkers to quit. You know, y'all gotta
Quitters.
make up y'all's mind. Do you want them to smoke and drink, or do you want them to be quitters?
Don't be a quitter.
Either way, they're failures.
Reminds me when I was on all the rides down at Disney World. They're like, if you've had back or neck surgery, don't ride the ride. If you have high blood pressure, don't ride the ride. I was like, I'm batting 1,000. What else you got?
What else you got? High blood pressure or the broke neck?
I had a joke there, but I'm a good person.
Hey, when you guys have like something like Guardians that you've seen probably many times,
Mm-hmm.
do you try to watch it the week before to just make sure you're in that kind of zone? Like I remember with Lord of the Rings and those kind of things. It's like, all right, let me watch the last one just so I'm in that mode. Do you do that?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It depends. If it's one of those movies that I absolutely love the first time to watch it, second, third, fourth time, then I would jump into it. Like when Rogue One come out, I watched episode, was it 9?
Right.
7, episode 7.
7.
I watched that again, which really had no application to this other movie.
Yeah.
But yet, I love that movie so much.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it helps you to kind of get in that universe
Yeah.
and that
Mhm.
mindset,
Yeah.
I just don't have the time anymore to take and say, oh, man, let me do that. I mean, I have to really plan it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. It's true.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm excited. Connor is too. The reviews are coming in just stellar for it.
I have not seen a single review. Are they good?
Oh, they're
Oh, yeah.
good. They're
Yeah.
good. Yeah, so
It's crazy. A franchise that didn't even exist barely. Let's take this book from the 60s that nobody read. Let's make a movie about it.
Yeah.
One
It's
of
a talking squirrel and a tree that only has one saying.
It's a raccoon.
Yeah, I don't know. It's right. I was watching. They kept calling him all kinds of names. It's hilarious. What's a raccoon? What's a raccoon?
Well, the biggest thing was that, number one, Marvel took and did what they did. They treated the source material with complete respect.
Yeah.
And played it straight. And then number two, which they've done so good with, is that they've gotten James Gunn, a fantastic director, specifically suited for this story.
Mm-hmm.
I love everything that he did in that first one. I mean, it was like, that was perfect.
It was
What was your
great,
biggest
yeah.
surprise in that first one? Both of you.
Go ahead. What's your first one?
Biggest surprise. I don't know. Nothing specific, really.
The biggest thing was that I took from it was that in the old books, I read a couple,
Uh-huh.
and I was completely fascinated by the whole idea of Rocket and Groot. I
Yeah.
was like, what? Star-Lord, I didn't, have any fascination with, or any of the other ones. They seemed like pretty straightforward, like, just Han Solo-ish,
Right,
type of
right.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
But this raccoon talked and was like
Yeah.
the baddest thing in these fights.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I did not remember a whole lot about it because I only
Yeah.
got my hands on a couple of them.
Mhm.
So when I went in there, it was almost blank slate. I was like, okay, who is Star-Lord?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was completely blank slate for me.
Yeah,
So
I
was like,
had nothing on
you
it.
got Chris Pratt acting like this goofy guy. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's perfect casting.
Yeah.
Gamora's
he's-
perfect casting. Drax, all of them, man, they're great.
Drax is the one for me. Dave Bautista. I went in like, what is he going to do?
Yeah, another wrestler
He
getting
knocked
acting.
it out.
Yeah, he
of
was
the park.
great in that.
Oh, he was
Absolutely.
great.
But and then I'm thinking of Rocket, and it's like this is like MacGyver if he was a
right.
raccoon. That's right, I said a raccoon.
A squirrel.
He was.
I like when Drax goes like this, and they said it'd be over his head. No, it wasn't.
Nothing.
I would have caught it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's done well.
Yeah. hmm
So I cannot wait.
Now I will say in the trailer, there's only one thing that I don't know why it's kind of bugged me,
What?
but is Drax the laugh.
I loved it.
It feels like
Forced?
let me suck my air in and laugh as loudly as humanly possible.
But you know what? To me, one of the defining traits of that character is that he's completely socially unaware
Yeah.
and has no bearing.
hmm
So, have you ever been around just like the most knuckle-headed people? I mean, besides us.
Oh, I've never been around anyone like that because I'm normally that guy in the room.
I've been, been around so many of those people where I was like, you're literally a caricature,
Yeah.
and you don't know it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had a couple that would be so emboldened because it's over the top. You're like, nobody's like that. Oh, yes, they are.
Yeah, yeah, they are.
It was actually inspiring to a little kid. He had like autism and stuff, and like he was watching it, and Drax was like, he doesn't get metaphors either, and I don't get metaphors, so he kind of bonded with that character. And
That's
stuff. I was
awesome.
like,
That's great.
I like that. Yeah, I mean, because if you look at it, what a great role model for him to be like, look how strong he is. He doesn't even care.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's a message for you out there. Do not care about what other people think. Life's too short.
Mhm,
Yeah.
for sure.
I saw one of those Facebook memes, and it had like the Earth, and then these stick figures, and it said something like there are how many billions of people on the world, and then it had one stick figure. It's like, why would you let any one of them dominate you and put you in a bad mood?
I will be that one dominating you and putting you all in a simply incredible mood.
Simply incredible.
Simply incredible.
Hey, what about last week? What did you guys have? Anything good?
Absolutely nothing. Nothing going on.
Did you watch any movies?
Well, there was this one little thing that happened Saturday. I don't like talking about it because
We want you to.
it was my birthday. It was the greatest day of the year.
For
I'll
who?
Well, it was a Saturday, so I'm sure a lot of people had the day off.
Did you get spoiled?
By myself, yes.
What'd you get him, Josh?
A fabulous no prize.
Yeah.
Ditto.
But what was really cool is I got 2 of them this year. It was awesome.
Ah, yes.
I will say this. One of my buddies online, if y'all watch my videos recently, Funk Off.
Yeah.
He sent me a present.
Okay.
So, a stack of comic books, a Batman Dorbs.
Very cool.
I was like, dude.
Fuck off. Good on you, man. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Hey, did he ever get the picture?
I'm actually still working on an entire package of stuff to send him.
Okay.
I'm going through my comics. There's a few I'm going to put in there. Stuff is happening. Wheels are turning. Wheels are
Wheels
turning,
are
Jerry.
turning. Thoughts are churning.
Every week when we finish the podcast, we always finish with, "Hey, we need the question to be answered in
Yeah.
the comment section." Do you guys have a specific comment that you want answered?
I mean, the only thing I can think of for next week is, did you like Guardians?
Guardians is a good question. Some of the stuff that we had talked about before too, about the doppelgangers from
Yeah.
DC and Marvel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I was thinking that we would put out, a couple, and give them a choice. One of the most poignant ones that you would have would be the doppelganger. I mean, you can't. They're the same character. Green Arrow and Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Okay. Both of these publishing companies have got an Archer who's just, an integral part of the team and fantastic and brooding and whatever. Who's your favorite take on it? Hawkeye or the Green Arrow?
I will say this. People give me a lot of grief because I'll be talking about one and say the other's name.
Uh-huh. It's easy to do.
Oh, really? In conversation?
Yeah. I was like, I was watching Hawkeye the other night in the Avengers, and they're like, who? Like, Hawkeye. Like, oh, you mean...
He is in the Avengers.
You mean Arrow. They're like, wait, no, yes.
You
I'm
screwed it up
still
again.
messing it up. I messed up a mess up.
Hey, you know what? That's a really good one. Instead of just the characters, who's your favorite between Arrow and Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye? What about you? Who's your favorite?
Well, I'm going to have to go with Jeremy Renner.
Because you never watch Arrow.
I've watched it a few times, and I don't know why. I think I've watched up to episode 10, 15, something like that, and I just cannot get into it.
Oh, yeah.
Really? I loved it.
I was the complete opposite. I got immediately sucked in and watched like 4 or 5.5 seasons. Loved that show.
What sucked you in the first episode? Because I remember
How very similar it was to a Batman story.
Yes. I loved when he went in. It wasn't his Batcave, but it was like his warehouse.
Yeah.
And the scene that got me was the salmon ladder.
Uh-huh.
And when he threw all those tennis balls, and all of a sudden you see them bouncing randomly, and then they're all stuck to the wall with arrows.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm watching you. You're good, dude.
I guess. It's a good kid. Good kid.
Good kid.
Good kid. Good kid.
It's got a good head on his shoulders.
As much as I'm an Avengers for life, I mean, I make mine Marvel. Outside, I'm going to give it to Arrow simply because in the first one, he wasn't really used.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Now Civil War was great, and I loved him with that little dialogue that he had with Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
We go out that door, you're an Avenger.
Yeah.
Dude, that got me pumped up.
Sure,
That's one
for
of the
sure.
best lines in the movie.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give the edge to Arrow just because all the seasons.
Now, what about in Civil War II, the comic books?
Oh. That was the toughest read at that moment.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. If you don't know, then please go get Civil War II. Fantastic story.
Really good story.
But but Hawkeye was integral to one
Team
thing.
Captain Marvel. Ooh.
Hey, now, what about you? Hawkeye from the movies or Arrow from the TV show?
Live action, I give it to Arrow. Comic books, Hawkeye.
I would too.
Mm-hmm.
Comic books, I would go Hawkeye.
Just because he's still got that goofy, the swirly mustache and everything.
Yeah.
So they've kind of upgraded Hawkeye a little bit from the big old purple headdress. They've given him some modern, slimmed down goggles and stuff like that, trying to bring him into the new century, you know.
Well, it's funny. That reminds me of a story with Connor as a kid. My mom was getting on him for always having his phone or a tablet or a computer, and she's like old school, so she was like saying, "Connor, you're missing out on so much good stuff from the classics." She goes, "You don't even know what you don't know," and he goes, "I know the classics." He's like 6,
Uh-huh.
and she goes, "You don't even know who Robin Hood is," and he goes, "Yes, I do. He's that fox that dresses like Peter Pan."
Yeah. Which was a great one, by the way, I'm just going to say.
Dude, out of all the Disneys, that's one of my top ones.
That was a good one.
The Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm.
Robin Hood and Little John roamed through the forest.
Speaking about the Marvel movies, do you guys have any theories going into Infinity War?
To be honest,
I think I'm still waiting until after Guardians to really kind of think of a whole bunch about it. Because I think that...
I haven't put a lot of
in
thought into
my
it
mind
either.
is I assume that's where the last stone's going to be coming in at.
I think Ragnarok. I think
Ragnarok.
I think Hela's got it.
Ragnarok.
Yeah.
My theory is, since you guys asked,
Yeah, I was sitting here...
How fat was she?
a little telepathy going on here. But
Alright.
that's not what the telepathy was.
No.
It was something totally different.
You have to do it like this if you want to be James McAvoy. That's right. I've given him an idea.
Or I can just be like myself.
what is it, bro?
I'm pretty sure that's Genie.
My nose is on Twitch, so I can't
That's
be
Bewitched.
Samantha. I was like, I can't be Samantha from Bewitched, or her daughter.
I remember her doing that. I was like, how do you make the very end of your nose tickle, tickle, tickle?
I like,
Fishing line
like
on
make
you.
my whole mouth.
Okay, that looks like a rabbit.
There you go.
Well, all right.
Rocky the Rabbit.
Rocky the Rabbit.
All right, all the way back in Age of Ultron,
Twix are for kids.
you know,
Sorry, there you go. Sorry.
it was kind of a fight for Marvel
Bugs
to
Bunny.
get their hands on Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, and they actually fought for those two because they're mutants, so Fox owned the rights to them technically. So it's like, why'd they fight so hard to get those two characters in the movie? Because really, they could have been written without even being in that movie. Like, they didn't really do anything in
100%.
that movie. So then you move into Civil War.
Well, Joss Whedon has to kill somebody every
Oh, of
time.
course, but I don't think...
Bring Quicksilver.
yeah. I don't think they really needed Quicksilver for the story, but they needed the twins, so they got rid of him in the movie. Now you got Scarlet Witch. Now she's on the Civil War. She's on the Avengers team. She's training. She's a young kid. She's unsure of her powers. She messed up. So
She's
she's skittish. Yeah, she's not ugly, but she's learning her powers and everything, and she got in some trouble because she can't quite control them.
Right.
Now enter Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme of Magic.
Okay.
Meet him up with this Scarlet Witch magician sorceress, show her the ropes, and then when they go into Civil War together, she's going to have full control of her powers. She's going to be the one to lay it to Thanos.
And if you remember her role in House of M and Disassembled,
Oh,
Avengers
yeah.
Disassembled, huge player.
Yeah.
And
House
it's
of M, very good.
House
very,
of
very
M,
good.
very
Yeah.
good.
It was
But-
like universe changing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
totally. And I loved it because for years, I mean, she was there, but she was definitely not used any more than she was in the movies, like a couple of hexes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like this Jean Grey, Marvel Girl, Phoenix type of thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think, you might be honest.
I don't think in the cinematic universe she's there yet because she hasn't been able to use her powers enough.
But it makes sense why they would fight so hard
Yeah.
to get her in
To
the.
get her in there and
in the
bring
cinematic
Sorcerer
universe.
Supreme in, teach her some magic, show her the ropes.
I dig it. I think Jar Jar has the last stone.
That's what
And
I'm
he's a
thinking.
Sith.
He's a Sith,
I know he
Lord.
is. I've known that for a long time. I didn't want to say nothing.
and he's got the foot gauntlet.
The foot.
The foot. Yes.
You know, I didn't know this. You
Maybe
know,
Iron Man has the hand gauntlet.
in Asgard when they had the gauntlet,
Mm-hmm.
it was for the other hand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't get that until I was starting to look into some
Wait,
of these
there
theories.
are two hands to this?
2 gauntlets.
Two gauntlets.
DC, we don't need that kind of stuff.
What?
We don't need.
Two gloves?
We don't need that kind of stuff.
There's like a Thanos.
Only time we have gloves when we take them off and slap somebody with them.
Yeah. There's like a.
OJ needed the glove.
but it didn't fit.
That's why he
Yeah,
needed it.
there you go.
But
If it don't fit, you must have quit.
that's
Yeah.
right. There's like a Thanos fan theory out on the net, and it's like
Guilty.
Each-
Sorry, something in my throat.
each initial of Thanos is a source of where an Infinity Stones come from. So like T, the Tesseract. H is the one we don't have yet. A was in the amulet, the Eye of Agamotto.
Yeah,
So
Agamotto.
they all come from somewhere. And H is the only one we don't have yet. And Hela
Hela.
is the bad guy in the next one, and she controls the souls that go to hell, and it's the Soul Stone that's missing. So.
And which is why Thanos, I mean, he's in love with death. And
I've been
there
wondering
could be
that
the
too.
bridge.
I wonder if they're going to use her
Have
as
to.
Death, or bring
Oh.
both characters in.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what, that'd be a great introduction too. Or maybe this is like her incarnation, and then after the Soul Stone, maybe pollutes her
She
full
goes
go
down.
death. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he just called the after credits scene.
Oh.
Well, that's something I don't need to do now.
That's right.
That's what
I'm so stoked for
done with
Comic-Con,
the,
though.
Okay.
So we can get into the Marvel
That's your
panel and actually
baseball
see a trailer.
call it.
And it's available.
Yeah,
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something I was thinking about the other day when I sent you guys a message about nicknames. And I was thinking about baseball, and I started doing a list. I'm going to actually do a video, so we're not going to talk about it here because he'll fall asleep. But great baseball nicknames. I was thinking, I'm going to make a
Throw
team.
me a couple, just a couple.
Babe Ruth.
Dolby.
Willie Mays, the Say Hey Kid.
Never heard.
Ken Griffey Jr., the Kid.
The kid.
I mean, and it's just...
Was Raleigh Fingers the pitcher? Was that his real name, Raleigh?
No, that wasn't his real name. I don't know what his real name was, but he had that little handlebar
Yeah,
mustache
right.
rolled up.
I still remember that.
Yeah.
Also, that pitching style. Did you see that
No,
kid Tanaka?
that was not him.
Raleigh Fingers didn't do that.
No, yeah, Dan Quisenberry and Kenta Colby.
Kenta Colby. That's
yeah,
the one I was.
the
thinking.
tarantula.
Yes.
Kenta Colby.
I just remember that name as a kid, Kenta Colby.
yeah.
Kenta Colby.
Wasn't that slave movie?
Dang, I know me some sports.
Dude, I love the name.
But I was just looking through this list of great nicknames. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make a video and challenge people with that. You guys, give me a list of favorite baseball nicknames.
Oh.
Some awesome ones out there.
Wrong crowd for this. They'll be like Funko Pop.
The Big Train, Walter Johnson. The Ryan Express, Nolan Ryan.
Dude, you see, honestly, I know Nolan Ryan. I didn't know that was his
The
nickname.
Ryan Express, yep.
I gotta start watching me some baseball. That does help me relax.
I'm gonna give you guys
Really?
two more because I love these two nicknames: Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt, and his personal favorite, Randy Johnson. You know his nickname?
The Big Johnson.
Very close. The Big Unit. He was
Local boy.
He was 6'10".
Local boy.
Who?
Randy Johnson?
Was he local? I didn't. I know
Wasn't he
he.
a pitcher from Rustburg, right?
Not that I know of. I know he went to college at USC.
God, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong guy. I thought we had a. See, I shouldn't talk baseball. Didn't he throw the ball?
He threw the ball hard fast.
Him throw fast hard. I did see that guy Tanaka, the Japanese guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's got this style like Kenta Colby,
Yeah.
where his arm comes all the way down. That ball starts down here and
Yeah.
goes up.
Yeah.
Oh, and didn't he do a no hitter the other night?
No. No one's had a no hitter this year.
Maybe it was a one hitter, but I heard them saying that he had
A different sport.
Fumbalaya.
Fumblerisky.
Sports.
Right now, you should be
He
like,
got
Fumble!
five free throws.
Nice.
Okay, that's enough sports for the day.
Okay.
All right.
So we got the Guardians
Mm-hmm.
coming up. And you said last week was your birthday. You didn't finish telling us. What did you do for your
I
birthday?
literally didn't know. I sat around. I was going to go to the trail, do some walking stuff. My back was killing me. So it was documentary day. I watched a whole bunch of documentaries.
Which ones?
Well, the sad ones, really. It was, it really was. It was.
Like they were like sad or they just
I mean,
sucked?
well, it was like Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
Why would you watch that on your birthday?
Dude, I love history, dude.
I
I
do
love this
too.
history stuff. And so I'm watching this, and it wasn't so much just the bombing, but they were talking to people that were there and life after. And they're talking about how rioting started happening. Or not rioting, but looters. I mean, like
Just trying to survive.
yeah, people that survived. I mean, some of the people were there just to turn a profit. Like, you had skulls there with gold teeth in it. They would, like, rip the teeth out. It's like, oh, my gosh. And,
Boy, that's somebody.
Yeah.
You got to have a special dark soul
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
that.
yeah, and all kinds of stuff like that. It's like, oh, my gosh. And Then they had like soldiers, American soldiers, go back, kind of tour the site, take pictures, not help anyone, just go on to the next city. Almost it turned into a tour site for a while.
Wow.
I was like, man, that's crazy.
I love a good documentary.
Then I was watching Oklahoma City documentary.
Oh, okay.
Ruby Ridge. Now, Ruby Ridge was the guy that was held up in his cabin with his family, and the government was there trying to. They said originally he was a separate, like was a white.
Supremacist?
Yeah, white supremacist. Turns out he really wasn't. He was a former, not a Navy SEAL. Oh, doggone, I can't think of what the other thing was. Not a Navy SEAL, but
Green Beret.
Green Beret. That's it. See, you watched it too. And he just moved up there with his family, be away from society and everything.
Off the grid.
And it just happened to be there's a white supremacist group that lived like a few miles down the road, and they would throw like parties and stuff. And he would go down there and stuff, and they wanted some guns, so he sawed off some shotguns, which made them illegal guns.
Oh, God.
And that's how the government started going down there. And it just
Did he end up getting killed?
his wife did, his son did, and someone else got shot in the family. And at first the government they didn't even know they had shot his wife. They knew they'd shot him. It kind of wounded him. But the bullet went through and hit his wife and killed her.
Well, when you said they had a documentary, I knew somebody got killed in that. I was like,
but that's one of the
didn't
things
end
that kind of triggered Oklahoma City, that and Waco.
well. Really?
Yeah. So I mean these documentaries, I know they're sad and stuff, but for some reason I love.
If
watching
they're
those
interesting,
things.
if good is good.
Yeah.
Was that Netflix or
That
on
was
History Channel?
See, one was on Netflix. The other one on Amazon maybe.
Prime?
Another one I watched is called The Tower. It was back in the '60s, and I want to say it was at either Texas or Texas A&M.
Kent State?
No, not that one.
The guy who is the sniper in the bell tower?
Yeah, in the tower. Yeah. Well, in Kent State, like the government went over to trying to stop protesters.
Yeah, I remember the sniper in the tower.
Yeah,
though.
they had people that had survived that talking about what happened. And one of the women, it was one, I think either the first one to get shot or one of the first one, she was pregnant, just walking through the thing there, and first one, but she survived it. Her baby did not.
Oh.
And they said it was like a 80 plus 90 degree day, laying there on the concrete in the sun,
Shot.
and people couldn't get out to try to save her.
Right. Well, that's the whole thing about a sniper situation. If your buddy is shot, now he's bait for the next one.
Yeah.
In fact, Chris Kyle, he talked about like there was a lot of times he'd set up in the street, and that was part of the plan. Shoot him, wait till they come out, boom. And the thing is, he said that he would sit there forever. But one of the things that made the guys come out and willing to take a chance is when the dogs would start like trying to eat them, the corpses, because they come out, means dead and blood, and they're like, dude, I don't know about anybody shooting, and their buddies would come in, I
mean, it's one of those things that makes me go, I'm getting old because I like documentaries.
No, good is good. Good is good. Do you like documentaries?
Not so much. No.
Yeah, she's not old enough yet. Give him another couple years.
He's still a puppy. Now, I like documentaries, but I'm more on a fun tilt. My two favorite documentaries, first is Z-Town and Dog Boys.
Yeah.
About
Those
how
are great.
skateboarding
Those are
started
great.
up. Love that. Love that. But even better than that, and I love that one, don't get me wrong. But if I had to give it an edge, the other one, same filmmaker, was Stacy Peralta.
Yeah.
One of the Z-Boys. Riding Giants.
I've not seen that one.
Riding Giants is beyond good. It's it's a documentary on surfing, talking about how it got started way back, with the Hawaiian Kings and stuff, and then throughout the 50s and 60s through the big wave riders all the way up to Laird Hamilton. It's one of the coolest. It's just unreal.
I need to find that. You know if it's on Netflix or anywhere, or
It would surprise me. If it wasn't, I got it on a DVD.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you.
Loan it to me.
Yeah, I will. That thing. No, you gotta try to find it.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
That's cool.
There was a shocker.
Nah, dude. I'll hook you up.
Oh, I do want to mention one other thing. We're getting slowly but surely slurring speeches over here.
What are you drinking in that?
It's clear, I'm just saying. But
Jack Daniels and bad
we're
decisions.
approaching 1,000 subscribers, and I've started to get a few things that's going to be part of the package.
We're doing a giveaway?
We're doing a giveaway, and it's going to be prominently here. And I'm going to tell other people on my other videos. they want to be a part of it, you got to come here.
Oh, I love it.
Cool.
Item number 1. I figured I'd bring it with me.
Wait, you already brought it?
Yeah, I brought it with me. This is old. This is not brand new.
That bag
it's
is
this
awesome.
bag. It is this
Yeah.
bag. No. We're going with old school DC Cosmic cards. An entire box.
Oh, look at that.
This is a premier edition.
Gigatech.
So from way back in the day.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Would you like to enter the contest?
Do I get this if I win?
You get that if you win.
Dude, I just think I'm gonna
Sadly-
walk out of here with it tonight.
It's like, sadly, we are not eligible.
Oh. Connor,
Connor is actually.
start pushing the like button. Comment.
I'm starting to think, should I ban the family too? That would be wrong of Connor and Riley and Alex.
You need to ban them.
He said that. I did not. I was like on y'all's side. I'm just saying.
He
He was
wasn't.
like, no,
He already kicked me under the table 3 times.
crushed them. And then we smeared him a little bit. But item number 1 right there.
What's item number 2?
We haven't gotten that far yet.
I want to take a look at it. I'm sorry. I know this is on camera. Can you see
It's
it?
called a teaser.
Teaser.
Remember those way back in the day?
Cosmic cards.
Dude, that's cool. Connor, favorite superhero?
Superman.
Flash.
You know what's funny? Is
What?
Batman is not on the cover.
Is that his favorite hero just because of the TV
Yeah.
show?
He actually, one of the things that he loves to do too, he's a history buff. Like he actually got like a 560 on his SOL for history out of 600. I mean, that's like really good.
Mm-hmm.
He knows more history now in junior high than I've ever learned in my whole life.
Uh-huh.
He's forgotten more history than I have ever
Right,
known.
right.
And what he'll do, like with Flash, is he'll go on YouTube
Mhm.
and look up the history and watch all of these. He's teaching me about comics now.
Ah, cool.
Oh, I love it.
Connor, you got to drop some knowledge on me as well.
He can too, man. He goes, let me tell you, here's how Wally West came to be, and here's how he integrates on the Infinite Crisis. And I was like, how do you know all this? He goes, YouTube.
The
He won't read a
internets.
comic, though. Very, very little comics.
Yeah.
You need to, yeah.
I'm working. He's a
Yeah.
work in progress, man. Give me time.
But
I like the show, but what's his name? Grant Gustin, something
Yeah.
like that. He just, he doesn't. He's so thin. It's like he's so far away from what the comic version looks like.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Mhm.
That
He's his
bugging
own
you?
version of Flash. He's a great actor. I love him on the
And
show, but
I think he's great, though.
I
he's
seriously
like-
thought you were talking about Mark Paul Gosselaar.
he's so tiny. He's like he makes skinny jeans not look like skinny jeans, just look like regular jeans.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's a skinny guy.
Wow.
He did an interview with
That's skinny.
Stephen Amell.
That's skinny.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
from Arrow, and they were talking about Stephen Amell's workout, and then one of the person who was doing the interview, I don't know if it was like Steve Harvey or Ellen, whatever. That didn't you say you wouldn't take your coat off if he was coming out? Here he goes. There's no way. There's no way. Because he got a jacket on and he's all buffed up.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm leaving my coat
Yeah.
on. He goes, look at him, dude. He's completely buffed.
Amel's doing American Ninja Warrior this year. It's coming out soon.
Oh,
It's this
that's
month,
something
actually.
I did want to talk about as well.
Did you see the competition
I
one?
love the team one. I was just
I
going to
love the
mention
team.
that.
I watched it this weekend.
Yeah, because when you talking about the salamander ladder, what's
yeah.
that thing called?
Salmon.
The salmon. I knew it was a fish of some sort.
I love it when
But
people
I-
put the L in
I
salmon.
like when they jumping
Salmon.
up. Salmon.
My mother-in-law does
Salmon
that.
Rushdie.
Bless your heart, Eva.
I don't know Salmon Rushdie, and if anybody does, give him to someone because I think they're still trying to kill him
Kaiser Soze.
all those decades later.
It's cool when they tried to put that ladder in the show and have other people doing it, like the Atom and
Oh,
the
yeah.
other guy. And they're like, 1, 2. All right, you can just say we've been doing it for like 30
yeah. You gotta earn that.
Uh,
He's always on Facebook too, like posting some of his workouts.
yeah.
Dude is working, man.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Hey, speaking of like builds like that, Baywatch getting ready to come out with The Rock.
I have no desire to see this
Really?
movie.
Have you seen
That's
Zac
your boy.
Efron though?
Yeah, and I mean, when I'm watching his character, I'm just like, you're killing it, dude. This
Oh.
is horrible. Rock, the exact opposite.
Yeah.
And I'm just watching, I'm like, dude.
Forget his acting and the
Mhm.
story and all that. Have you seen how buff that dude's gotten?
That
Zac
I,
Efron?
I didn't even notice that, no.
Holy cow.
You put him beside Rock, you know, come on.
Yeah.
Dude, it's tough to. Why would you even want to be doing that? That dude.
Exactly.
He said he trained like it was for his Olympics.
Mhm.
Right.
He said, "Man,
Yeah.
you don't want to accuse the guy of steroids, but it's like, all right, you're chiseled. You know, you got horse. You know,
Well,
yeah,
you know, it's California.
dude.
I'm
Follow
gonna say
Rock.
this: when we come back, you won't even recognize us.
Ha! He's gonna come back like, how you doing, Troy?
Who's that guy? He's still short and got a limp.
Dude, but he's jacked.
It must be Daryl.
Of course. All I want to know is when do we get the pictures in the wetsuit?
Well, I'm gonna be so jacked it won't even fit me.
Are you packing or are you going to buy one there?
Well, I'm always packing.
I know. I was like, did you ask him if he was packing? Don't give him that set. I was like,
Here
I'm
it
always
is.
packing.
Yeah.
Dude. The Baywatch thing. I know you're like, I don't dig on him. Would you watch it in the theater or?
I think if they were playing it more straight, like the TV show,
Oh no, this.
I would like. I mean, it's like
It's like 21 Jump
It's
Street.
like
Can't be
Chips.
goofy kind of stuff.
I have no desire to see Chips.
Nah, I don't either.
Here's my thing about it. It's like they know they can't do a straight one.
Yeah.
Play it serious.
Man,
So they're
I'm
gonna
just
make
like,
them
don't
comedy.
waste my time with it then.
I'll tell you what, it'll make money though.
Well, of course it would. My good friend Dwayne's in it.
Yeah.
And Chips.
No. You think that's gonna make money
I
with
really don't.
Dax?
I really don't think it's gonna make that much.
I don't think it will either, but it's not going to be a top thing, but they will not lose money. There's enough, I'm telling you, there's enough college age kids and stuff that
Yeah.
are like, dude, that's the funny one this weekend. Let's go.
Maybe so.
I
Yeah.
won't. I mean, that's not my thing either.
Yeah.
I'll go see Baywatch because the Rock's in it. He's
Yeah.
my man.
I probably won't go to the theater for it, but I'll definitely check it out at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll watch both of those at home.
Both
You
of
know what?
I won't even watch Chips.
I was about to say.
I won't.
You know what? I'm not gonna watch that.
I'll tell you one that was like that I liked, and I thought. I mean, I waited for years.
Dude, where's my car?
No, 21 Jump Street.
I thought that it was pretty good. The
liked
second
it.
one I didn't like anywhere near as much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me
but the
either, me
first
either.
one was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I liked it. Yeah.
I didn't think it would be anything. And I can't remember who it was. They kept telling me, just watch it. It is. It's funny. It's hilarious. It's good. I like Jonah.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of that kid at all.
Not a bit.
He's not a kid anymore. But
Not so much me either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those ones like
Moneyball.
Franco and him.
See,
I'm not
Moneyball
into
I
them.
thought was good in spite of him. I thought he played a good character in it.
Yeah, I did too.
But I thought Brad Pitt, I thought he played a really good character.
He did do
Then
that.
again, I know baseball, so I knew like all the players and all the stuff going on at that time. So
I love that. Moneyball was good. I wouldn't watch it again, but I'm glad I saw it.
what was that other one he was in with McLovin?
Super bad.
Jinx. Because I'm gonna say this, I really actually enjoyed that movie. And
I
then
did
for
too.
me, his career just kind of flopped after that.
I love that movie because he was so far gone as like this fat hair bear.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I was like, look at this dude, man.
Yeah.
What decisions did you make in your life to end up looking like that?
Yeah.
I mean, that dude just says, I drink, I eat, I sleep, I don't move much. And I have no
version of
sense of
Tig.
style. I love that movie, though.
hmm
You don't like James Franco?
No, I don't like all those just
Seth Rogen?
stoner, stupid guys. Nah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a big fan of Franco either.
Did you like Pineapple Express?
I have actually never seen it.
It was. You're not missing anything.
Yes, you are. That's a great movie. You
It's-
don't like that? I watch
Okay,
that one all
okay,
the time.
It's
now-
like a chore to watch. I was like, is this over yet?
I know one person now that says it's good.
Right.
I think it's hilarious.
I heard a bunch of people was like, they're like, man, I walked that on halfway. It was so
Rough.
bad.
Really?
Yeah.
I will say this: it was better every time I saw it afterwards.
Mhm.
So you're saying it's better when you're high?
I didn't say nothing.
You enjoy it more?
What? What you say?
Weed, man.
I love
weed.
those stoner movies, though. I love Cheech and Chong growing
Oh,
up.
Cheech and Chong, I
never-
did.
That's before my
Dude,
time.
my favorite
He doesn't
part
know
in
what a
Cheech and
cheech
Chong.
is.
Do you know? You know?
Yeah, I know, but I never actually
You don't know what a
watched them.
cheech is? It's this little thing with big hair.
Right.
Monchichi.
Yeah.
Monchich.
Wait. Favorite?
He's a French monkey. He's a Monchich.
Yeah, he doesn't know that reference either, I bet.
Oh, dude.
No, he does not know the reference.
You don't know Monchichi?
Oh my gosh, that was a fun cartoon back in the day. Well, not fun,
We're
but
too old.
he's too young.
That's what it is.
All right, Monchichi was one of those
Monchichi,
Hasbro
all
toys
soft and cuddly.
that they made into like a cartoon and
See
stuff.
them walk, see them talk. Happy, happy Monchichi.
I was thinking about something earlier.
Yes,
I
it's
was
still
like,
a really bad song.
I can't believe you know that much of it.
I was like, my
I
time
remember
was
that commercial
like,
on that every single day on Sunday, every Sunday, Saturday afternoon.
Monchichi, Monchichi. I remember
Every
that.
Saturday afternoon, there it was. Every commercial break, boom, there it was.
Right.
no. I was thinking earlier, it was
Pop
like
cereal.
my cartoons were like late 80s, early 90s, and I always say like my generation was the last one with the good cartoons. These kids now, they don't have good cartoons. I bet you guys say the same thing about the cartoons from the
I
70s.
totally do. Yeah.
Wait, what was like? Yeah.
What were your good ones?
He-Man, Thundercats, Transformers.
Whoa,
Turtles.
turn that thumb.
Turtles.
You like He-Man?
Dude, I was too old. By the time that came out, I was
He-Man was
done.
my jam. I'd get in front of the TV. I have the power.
I liked Battle of the Planets.
Yeah.
All right, that
Mhm.
was like my He-Man thing.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a different one. Battle of the Network Stars.
I remember when they had Lou Ferrigno in that, and I was like, Hulk wins everything.
Yeah,
Hulk wins everything. I'm
Hulk
like
wins.
7 years old, and he's in the tug of war. I was like, if the Hulk is in it, this is not even fair.
It's like
Right.
Hulk versus
Why are
He
you-
got up pinky.
Like,
Hulk versus Alan Alda with our Charlene Tilton on his scene.
who is it?
Jamie
the guy
Farr.
from Chips, Poncherello.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm
yeah.
against the Hulk. It's like, really? CBS is going to kick your tails to this year.
I loved watching that. You know, it's still, I don't know if it still does, but it was coming on ESPN Classic every once in a while.
Yeah, I would see it, and
Yeah.
it was so funny. Scott Baio.
Scott Baio.
Team captain.
You know what? You said Scott Baio, and it just reminded me. You know,
I love
we
him.
lost Joni,
Oh, yeah.
Aaron Moran. Because I was reading, I was like, I know this name. I was like, oh, it's Joni. Joni Cunningham. Oh.
When you've heard that she died, and you knew that she was young but struggling and stuff, first thought, do you think drugs?
Oh, I didn't know anything about her for a long time, so
Oh, you didn't know?
I had no thoughts about it. I just, honestly, I figured she was, how old was she?
56?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know. I had no thoughts.
That's literally just a few years older than me. And I'm like,
Oh, I got over a decade.
damn. Close.
Yeah, it's scary to think about this stuff.
That's why I'm on the
I've
treadmill,
lost-
dude.
I've lost people I went to high school with already.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I think the first person that I lost after graduation was literally like a month after graduation. I think he was diabetic, and he was driving, and he went into like a diabetic coma type of thing. He was
Yeah.
type 1
Yeah.
and head-on collision.
Dang.
And we're like, because we remember, you know, that's one of the things they said. You need to hug everybody that you graduate with right now. I went to a small school, so they got 100 people in my class. And he said, you need to hug everybody at least one time.
Mhm.
This will be the last time you guys are all together ever again. And I was like, I see these guys every day. And it hit hard.
Okay, anything special happened at y'all's graduations?
Now,
Oh, I said, peace out, losers.
Okay.
Never seeing you again.
ring through the hat.
Special story over here.
The gym teacher.
You
made
went
get
to
off
my
stage.
graduation?
Yeah, no.
Gym
I
teacher
was,
made you get off stage because you were going too slow.
They were like, hey, put him at the end because he might not make it up here.
Well, my last name begins with W, so I was already at the end. But they called my name. I'd been out almost the entire year after the rejection of my kidney transplant.
Right.
Standing ovation. Boom.
Boom.
Gym teacher was not there.
Boom.
I had her band.
If you get the standing ovation, you get to pick who can't come in.
Yeah. Because I'm just getting up my walker. I was like, why is everybody up and jumping around? Did somebody else go?
Oh.
And I was like,
Did it hit you in the feels?
It did. Because it was one of those.
Did you tear
No,
up?
I mean, no, of course not. I'm a man.
He did.
I'm a tough guy. No,
Right.
but in all seriousness, if I had known they were going to do that, I would have literally stopped and stopped for a second, and be like, "Thank you guys. That means more to me than you guys will even know."
That's
I
awesome.
really would have stopped for just that split second and said something, but I was like, "Look at them."
I think the only people.
Only one that got one, by the way.
I think the only people to clap for me was the teachers. Thank God he's gone. Hate you.
You and your voted perfect smile.
I hate my smile now, though. Like, my kids are getting ready to get braces, and I'm like, man, I wish I would have had braces. Get these chiclets
everybody-
sticking out
yeah.
like a fence post.
Everybody back then that had braces hated them.
Right.
And now, my wife's got the most beautiful, perfect smile. And she wore braces, and she goes, I hated them.
Let me just say this: me and Josh were talking about this one day. It's been like about a decade or so ago. He probably won't even remember it. About how your wife is way too good for you.
I
didn't
hear
wanna-
that
I
regularly.
didn't wanna,
I don't recall saying that.
See, I told you he wouldn't remember, but it happened.
I never said it.
It happened.
She's way too good for me. I traded up.
But if,
We
if
all
this,
did,
if
bro.
this makes you feel any
Dude,
better,
we all
Everybody in here did.
you know, we talked about this behind your back about a decade and a half ago that your wife's way too good for
Way
you.
too good.
did.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even act like
Yeah.
I didn't say it.
Yeah.
I can't even figure out what I did to.
I remember the first time
Brainwash
I
her.
met Tabitha, and I was just like this one.
That's your cousin, right? Can't be dating
Way
her.
to go, my man.
Yeah, mine
His
was.
wife is smoking hot.
Mine was. How you doing?
How you doing? Hey, you know when you clean your ear with that Q-tip and you feel that? When you feel that,
Yeah.
stop.
What do you mean? It just right up the other side. Say, let me look at it. Hey, the wall was over there.
Remember
Oh.
that social misfit?
We use Q-tips on my son. He's like, do the tickle part. I was like, it shouldn't be tickling, bro.
Dude, my kids though, when they were little, Krista would even like start that Q-tip going like this in the back. I mean, just freak out.
Yeah.
Like, you sticking that in my ear. It's like, you have a potato growing out of your ear. We have to clean your ear.
Yeah, the only thing you're supposed to put in your ear,
Nothing.
your elbow. Your elbow. I remember this is like if you can put your, you can't put your elbow in your ear. Exactly.
Dude, I'm not. No.
Raw.
Hey, see, he's got his bicep in his way. Why he can't put it in there?
Nah.
Yeah.
You just had to get that in real quick.
Yeah.
Tonight we're going over here.
Hey, what do you know?
What is that Johnny Bravo?
That's my Drax. She told your deepest, darkest secrets.
You must feel so embarrassed.
That I love that guy. I'm sorry.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing who Mantis is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah, these things up here.
They had another comic book way back in the day called Micronauts. Remember the Micronauts?
Yeah.
And they had Bug, was one of the Micronauts, and he had those same kind of antennas.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like super ninja, man. He was like a Snake Eyes, I thought, back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a good memory.
Back in my day.
Make it ready.
So, we were talking about this week.
What?
Comic Book Corner. Figure we'd bring out a character
Still
this
wanna do
week. Oh, we got plenty of time. Wait.
You got.
I'm not whipping out notes.
You ain't got notes, dude.
Okay. It was like he had like a long draft of notes. It was like we might have to work that in.
It all started on a wintry day in 1962.
in 20 some odd minutes.
It was a cold, rainy night. Oh my God! Shut up.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
I got that reference.
Yeah, really. I get it. Yeah, are we gonna do character corner?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what was the first lines of War and Peace.
I think you just said
Was
it.
that
The
it?
best of times and the worst of times.
Is that what it was? Because
Yeah.
I was thinking that was from Moby Dick.
Or Tale of Two Cities.
I don't know.
I think it was War and Peace. I think that is right.
If anybody knows, let me know.
Andre, Google it.
Dude, I think he's asleep.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Get the boom
Rosebud.
mic. Boom. Get him. Wake him up.
Get the fluffer.
We're here, bro.
Oh,
We're here.
right there. We got the fluffer.
My mom's 70th birthday was last
You bought her a
night.
fluffer?
Why would you say that in relation to my mother?
He came right in with it.
In my...
Let's go to Ricky Bobby.
My
then.
nephew was
You wanna-
talking
You
about-
go to Ricky Bobby?
I'm going to keep talking over you until
We can
you
get-
break the association with
We
my
can
mother.
get her.
Don't make me come over there and Drax your tail. But my
Get her a
nephew... That's it. You're off. And mic drop.
You can get her a gigolo?
He took and started showing them the podcast. I remember that we were talking about, the fluffers, and I was like, turn it off. Turn it off.
Not that one, Ma. Not that one.
You can't have that on there, man.
No fluffer. No fluff for you.
What is this? Do y'all do dusting?
I started thinking about, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? Fluffer, they're preppers, preparatory.
Preparation H. Actually, in this case, preparation F.
Hey, make sure we're still live and on.
We are live. Why?
Because I was thinking you said at 45 minutes we could get kicked off and have to start over. I was
No,
like,
it's funny. Like the camera wasn't working at all. It would just kind of like go off after about 10 minutes. It's been absolutely fine.
fantastic.
You know what? It's because you came on. Because when we're up here, nothing.
Nothing but trouble.
We just had to have the balance.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it is.
Fudoshin.
So it's kind of like tilting this way because we have nothing to balance over that way.
What are the three mindsets?
I'm glad you explained them because I could see everybody like, what is a
The id, ego, and superego.
No.
That is some Sigmund Freud knowledge I just dropped upon you guys. Look it up.
Mushin, Fodishin.
Sigmund the Sea Monster.
Yes. He doesn't get that reference though.
I love that show.
Yeah.
I got a little plush of Sigmund. Love. That's one of my favorite little man cave things. He's a sea monster. It's like an octopus that talks.
So down in your man, I still haven't seen pictures of your man cave. You got like stuff on all the walls.
Yeah.
and
I'm
everything?
gonna say this.
I'm about to redo the basement.
As much
We're
as he
gonna
talks
take a
about his
look.
man cave, all the different things is in there. It's probably like one of my rooms. There's just so much stuff in there you can't even walk around.
That's-
Dude, most of
yeah.
the time it's trashed.
Mm.
I wish it wasn't, but I'm always like trying to pull everything out and organize it better.
Mhm.
So once I put it all away, I'm like, nah, I don't like that. Pull it all out again.
Yep.
We're gonna take and redo it though. I'm gonna take and do a new bathroom in the basement, and I want to do like a viewing like theater,
Oh yeah.
and then a workout area.
How big is the basement at Chateau Champney?
Well, That's
Over here we got the
that's
pool
the
room.
north. That's the north wing.
Basketball courts over here.
No
The
basketball.
golden
courts.
toilets are back this way.
Yeah.
Hey, I did a job for somebody. They had tennis courts, basketball courts, full garden, full pool house as big as a lot of people's houses, and then this mansion.
Yeesh.
Now, is this
I was
over near the hospital area?
This is off of Link.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
nice people.
Very cool.
Turned out good.
Very
Because
cool.
if it's one of those roads over there, I was like, yep, that's probably my doctor. Got all of my money
Got
up in
all of your
Mhm.
money.
Those are the type of people that like tip a nickel.
Always. And then they always love to say, well, that's how I have so many nickels.
Right.
I don't give them to you.
That was good, Sonny boy. Here you
it. Well,
go.
that was uncalled for.
Dude. Are you a good tipper?
It's stutter. That's what it is.
That
It's
means
based
no.
on
Their
the
service.
person, but most of the time it's a minimum of 15%.
Yeah.
I mean, and if it's like a $10 bill, you know, I'm gonna be like, I gotta give them at least 5. I don't.
If you pay 10, you give them 5.
I mean, it's like that to me is almost like the bottom.
I'm right there with you.
But it's like if they're really bad, that's gonna creep back a little bit. But most people I've had around here, they've been pretty good.
Most of them are.
Mhm.
Every now and then you'll get a
Yeah.
clunker. What about you? Are you a big tipper? Or?
I usually do 20 by default just because the math is easy. Move the decimal every once, double it.
When you got money,
I am so
Like
good.
IT.
The sad part is I'm so good at math. I can figure this stuff out in no time at all.
can you really?
Yeah.
I am so not there.
$20, it's $3 tip.
I don't
It's 15%.
Dude, I'm like, if you give me scribble paper in like 10 minutes, 4.
It's funny. I was hanging out with one of the girls here one time, and I was teaching her how to do it. She still has no clue. It's like, dude, seriously, tipping is not that complicated.
Hey,
Ask Siri, she'll tell you.
that reminds me of a trailer that I saw.
Yeah, Siri was probably a waitress once upon a time. She's giving you like 80%.
Right. Double the bill.
The bill is $40. Your tip is $750.
Note to self:
if I heard
don't
a
ask
new
Siri
car.
about tips.
Right.
Siri was just like, I heard that.
Make the checks payable to the Steve Jobs Foundation.
Thank you. No, I saw a preview with Will Ferrell called The House. It's a comedy. His daughter just got, trying to get into college. When she gets accepted, they realize they don't have any money because
Yeah.
they're stupid. And they didn't do any planning or anything like that. And
I didn't plan for Hollies either.
I had the good intentions of doing it, but the reality was not so
I
good.
keep
Yeah.
pushing Connor. Scholarship.
All
Scholarship.
right.
Yeah.
But so they have to take and raise money.
Hmm.
And you find out in the trailer that what they do is turn their house into like an underground casino.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I did see that trailer.
That is funny, right?
Yeah.
Remember he's trying to figure out the bill?
Mhm.
He's like, give me some scratch paper. Idiot. He maths like I math. Horribly.
I don't do the maths.
I can choke somebody. I just
Did you
can't math.
see, I think it was last year around spring, about this time, I guess, there was a Lifetime movie with Will Ferrell. And
I remember
They,
something
like,
about
him
that.
on
He was
Lifetime?
like
No.
doing drama, right?
yeah, it was like all serious drama. Like he had a baby and the babysitter wanted to be with him and stuff like that.
I never
No.
saw it. Did you see it?
No.
No, I didn't see.
I saw that one movie with him when I think his wife left him and he had his stuff on the front lawn.
I saw that.
I was like, this is very depressing.
It was awful.
Yeah.
You were like, that kid kept, he said, hey, man, you help me watch my stuff, I'll pay you.
Because I'm like, there's going to be a joke in here somewhere.
It wasn't. It was a
When-
sad movie.
Yeah, when it was over, I was still looking for it.
Don't you hate when you take the chance on that and you
Mhm.
just strike out and you're like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't get that 2 hours
It's like
back.
they put this stuff on the DVD box or Blu-ray or
Or Netflix. That's where I saw it.
4K over here.
I have still not found one worth buying.
What, a movie?
A 4K movie. All the ones I want, they don't make it. Rogue One, no 4K. Doctor Strange, no 4K.
Really?
Like Disney, y'all are the money powerhouse. Put out some daggone 4Ks.
Have you watched anything
That's what I love
on
about
the
it.
4K at all?
I
Yeah,
absolutely love
Netflix will
that.
stream in 4K.
What do you think?
It looks great. It looks awesome.
It's really
Sometimes I
different.
don't like it though. It looks like I'm looking through a window instead of that cinematic film look.
That's
Then
the
you're not a
refresh rate.
you're not a good stalker. Then that's the problem.
Most TVs are 120 refresh. If it goes up to 240, you start getting that soap opera kind of look to
Mhm.
it.
Now, what is the refresh rate? Is that just something in the?
it's
So
like how-
megahertz, how fast the pixels refresh.
Is that like something on my router or something on
TV.
the actual TV?
Say that, like, I'll give you an example. Like in a baseball game, you see a ground ball. If the refresh rate is slower, it will look like it's a trail behind the ball. the faster the refresh rate, the less of a trail you'll see. Good example, huh?
Yes.
You don't know what baseball is, but if you did.
I got one, but every time he comes
Kicked
over
it
for a
in.
movie, there's like a little lag in the DVD, and he says there's movie motion. Is that the refresh rate?
Maybe.
I've never seen that with a DVD.
He said just like it was just like he could know. It might have been a Netflix thing though.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought he said there's a setting on movie motion that I need to take and change so that it doesn't have any lag.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was just this little herky jerky to it.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Oh, I do that all the time.
Take it out, spit on it.
Dude, I had to take my MacBook in to get fixed.
Uh-huh.
Battery, gone.
Yeah.
And I think this is the second time.
Where'd you go? You have to drive to an Apple store?
No, we've got an Apple-approved service provider in town. But I said, okay, look, you know, how long is it going to take? And they said, well, let's check and see if we have the battery in. If we have it in, I mean, like overnight, we can have it done.
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't have it in, of course.
Yep.
We have to order it. Okay, what does that mean? Well, they used to overnight air them. They can't anymore because Samsung
All right.
exploded.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's 5 to 7 days with no computer.
Is that your only computer?
I am just not happy.
All right.
So I got to call them back in the morning and find out if there's anything else from the diagnostic that they saw. So I'll be pulling out the old iPad tonight.
I never did a lot on Mac because so few people have them. It's like it's the trendy thing to do in college, and then nobody has a MacBook after that.
All right, here's the thing about my MacBook. When I had like Adele.
Adele? She's a
Adele.
good singer.
Hello.
It's water under the bridge.
I just know I love her voice. I just don't like her music.
I do. I like her voice,
I mean,
but her songs, I mean, I don't know any
It's
of
fine.
them.
I think she's got a great voice. I think Lady Gaga has a great voice, but for some reason I really like Gaga's music. Adele's music, nothing.
Gaga's
But
got
her,
a lot of trendy or catchy tunes.
her new
Yeah.
her new CD is really more based on her voice, less of a pop feel to him.
Who, Lady Gaga?
Yeah, Gaga.
I noticed that.
Roma,
too.
Roma.
But the thing I liked
Anyway, back to the topic at hand.
when I had this, the thing that I didn't like about my Dell,
Mhm.
my Dell, it was always so slow, and everything seemed like they were, the processes didn't make sense. I was like, if I want a file, I got to go to this and then that file and then that, and it was like this rabbit trail. And every time on a Mac, anything I wanted, all I wanted, I just want the internet,
Uh-huh.
and I want to be able to download.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's it. If I have to take and do creation of like anything for business or something like that, that too. But I mean, that both of them are about the same.
Mhm.
But that's why I went there, and the moment I did it, I was like, that's my favorite thing I ever bought.
That's cool.
That is, I mean, this thing being down is going to take and literally piss me off. I'm like, man, come on.
And for those who don't know, we do not like him when he's angry
So they're turning green.
with envy. But yeah.
Dude, I don't get angry much.
You know what? I'm gonna say we can't
Often.
answer that because Troy has not seen the new Flash series episode yet.
Oh, yes. That was so good.
Yeah, Irish Tricks. He hasn't seen it yet, and I haven't watched any of the Flash, so we're not gonna let Troy know what you put there.
I'll say it was phenomenal.
Because it could have something that
Oh.
he might
Best
not know.
episode
You know
of
what?
the series.
Go ahead, because for the fans, I'll take the hit.
You sure?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Should I leave and come back?
No, because I don't know anything
It's a
about
moment
it.
you're
so-
going to geek out about, so if you want it now, I'll tell you.
Sorry, fan. I just kidding. I love you.
Yeah, Irish Tricks. Like I say, if Troy had already seen it, we'd talk about it. But since he
I
hasn't
gotta
seen
get
it,
caught up.
yeah.
You remember
So
how
that
good,
that
like,
might be in 2 years we talk about this.
Remember how good the special effects were with like King Shark?
Oh, King
and when they
Shark.
did that monster
Yeah.
and stuff.
Those
Blows it
effects are
all
very
away.
special.
Blows King Shark away? I remember you saying that on the messenger. It was like, why can't movies do that?
Yeah, they did something that the movies have not even been able to do.
I gotta
So
ask
was
Connor
like,
if he's even up on. I don't know if he's caught up.
I'm surprised he didn't come get you.
Well, I've been working on this one job. I pulled a 15-hour concrete day on Monday, and
That's
my guys all had to go.
That's a lot of minutes.
That's a lot of minutes.
No doubt.
Grinding concrete, man. I was not a happy camper.
You know what really grinds my gears? Grinding concrete really grinds my gears.
Dude, some of those grinders, I mean, if you get the really high-end ones, I mean, they'll do so much for you. We had this rental one that we used on this job, and that thing, I literally felt like I was in a jiu-jitsu match for like 5 hours. It's like a jackhammer that spun instead of did this. I was like, Lord. I was tired that night.
Yeah.
So,
I could not sleep last night. I could not fall asleep.
have you ever been so tired that you couldn't fall asleep?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
you just lie
That
in bed,
drives
like,
me nuts.
That's the worst,
Yeah.
man.
Doubt.
Oh.
Like your body just like go to sleep.
Or if I ever get like some sort of like, injury.
Hmm.
I mean, it just like is the only, I feel like such a pansy. It's like, oh my God, my elbow or I started running and I got like, I think runner's toe.
Hmm.
And literally if you touched it, I would like cry.
Yeah.
I was like, and Krista was like, cause diabetic, and she was like, you go get your feet checked.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, yeah.
Hmm.
Dude, so I was like, I've been watching it every day. I was like, no, it's fine.
I get shin splints real bad when I run.
You can keep shin splints from happening?
Don't run.
Number one, you got to take and build up to it.
So mine was wrong.
Well, you could, but we know that.
Yeah.
Alternate days of running with power walking. That's one of the reasons they have us do that. You got to. And it works better if you have the ski poles.
Yeah.
'Cause when I see people do like the speed walking,
Yeah.
I'm like, they look like ducks,
Work
just
it.
with their butt kind of
Work
going
it,
this
girl.
way and stuff.
I had a college professor who was actually like one of the best in the nation. I think he actually
Wow.
was like in the Olympics or something
Wow.
for speed walking.
It's like,
It's
you're the
cool.
quickest duck walker ever.
I was like, but the thing about it is, if you, like, in the Army, you'll take and wake up in the morning and you'll do your workout, which is a run and calisthenics. Calisthenics first, then the run. Come back, get your stuff together, go down for breakfast. After breakfast, they'll say, hey, go get all your gear, and we're going to the range. Well, when you go to the range, you walk.
Hmm.
Well, I thought, number one, it was just to get us into shape and toughen us up. They say that a lot of the reason that you don't get shin splints in the Army,
Hmm.
the connective tissue between the bone and the muscle
Mhm.
are strengthened so much with all the power walking that you're doing with the weights on, that because that's what a shin splint is. It's shearing away the muscle and the bone. It's having a
Like the
separation.
impact separating.
Yeah. So
You got to keep them separated.
gotta
I just-
keep 'em
I-
separated.
I turn running down to once a week, and that's not really a problem. I'll do other stuff like hit the heavy bag one night or
Yeah.
bike, stationary bike, stuff like that.
When you run, what do you do? Time, distance, what?
I do a pyramid. I'll start like 4 miles an hour for 2 minutes, 5, 6, 7, 8, drop back down to 5. 6,
Okay,
7,
yeah, interval
8,
training.
drop-
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I do that.
See, me when I do it, I just like get a speed that I feel comfortable at and just go with it.
That's cool too. I mean, my biggest thing.
I can do that outside, but not on a treadmill. It gets so boring on a treadmill.
No, I don't get bored on a treadmill.
I've never owned it.
Because when I've done that, like the intervals like that.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm on one that a buddy of mine, Mike Moses, gave me from Virginia Beach. This guy was a professional triathlete for the Marines, and his brother was a rep for Adidas.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I was asking about conditioning programs for fighting, he gave me this. He said, 3 days long slow distance to build your aerobic base,
Mhm.
and then 3 days conditioning run. And basically what it is, it's a 30-minute run with increases in speed every 5 minutes.
Uh-huh.
So there is no down
Back
rest,
then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
but you think, oh yeah, but I'm going slower. So it's 5 for 5 minutes, 5,
6 increases, yeah.
6, 5. So when you get to the end, I mean, you are in a place of focus. It's zen.
Oh, I bet.
You are sitting there, and I'm trying to not breathe through my mouth, just through my nose to
As long as you can, yeah.
as much as I can. I've gotten to 20 minutes where I can do that. After that,
Very good.
yeah, dude, that's tough, man. I'm sitting there with Civil War on, and watching Cap run out there. Man, I get so cheeseball motivated.
Yes.
I'm
Love
like,
it.
yeah, man, I'm with you, Cap. I'm with you. It gets me motivated.
I
I'll
don't
tell you
know
a
this
really-
Marvel stuff they're talking about.
I'll tell you a really good book lately that's doing that is I found the Inhumans, like we were talking about.
Yeah.
Getting
I still
into that
gotta
more.
read this.
It is so good. Like everything from Inhumans versus X-Men all the way through Royals now, like everything Medusa says, she's their queen. Everything that comes out of her mouth is pure inspiration.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my
Mm,
god.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, dude. What's the title that you're really pumped about right now? Is it Inhumans versus X-Men? Inhumans?
That was a 6-issue
that's
series
over,
that's
yeah.
over, and now they've rolled into Royals.
Royals.
Do I
Inhumans is
need
the
to
Royals.
read the 6 first to be on
I would,
point?
I would think so.
Yeah.
What about any prelude to...
Like X-Men Gold, you got to read some of that too.
So it started with the Versus,
Mhm.
then X-Men went to their stuff.
Yeah.
Royals
And
went
so
to
far,
their
the
stuff.
X-Men stuff has been pretty good.
What was the one that I read? Was it Blue?
Probably.
That-
yeah, it was
there's-
blue.
Was it blue or was it
It
Prime?
was blue because he said he didn't get gold yet.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
get gold yet.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I wanted to make you so proud of me. I took and read this weekend The Old Guard.
Mm-hmm.
I did too.
Loved it.
Really?
Fantastic. This guy has been batting 1,000. All the good stuff you said. Hey, you got to read that. That's good. I don't know why I waited. That was great.
Issue 3 just come out, I think, last week. So.
Okay, yeah, I read the first 3. What was the other one? Redneck was great.
Yeah, the ending, you're like, oh, I can't wait for the next one.
The only thing about it is it was so parallel with God Country.
Yeah.
You know, the whole front porch and, you know, hillbilly type of thing. I mean, they were like, you know, you guys smoke weed together.
Because when I was reading it,
I thought the story was Redneck.
Because I was reading it at almost Hatfields McCoys.
Oh, yeah, you could totally see it like that.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the next one.
Yeah.
What was the other one I read? Ninja K.
Ninja, yeah.
And it is not Ninjak.
It's Ninjak.
Well, it could be.
No,
But
it's
it is
not.
Ninja K, yeah.
It is Ninja K.
yeah.
Because in the first issue, that's what they were saying when he was getting.
Who was played by Tommy Lee Jones? Spoiler.
But he's sitting there and he's his boss, like his M.
Yeah.
You know, giving him the next assignment, breaks out this thing where it's like Tony Stark. The file is, you know, being projected up.
Yeah.
And you can see it, and he goes, "Oh, there's a Ninja A." And she goes, "There used to be." I was like, "Oh, it's an alphabet."
Yeah.
All right.
It's cool. Like every issue details a part of his suit and what it does. He's got like
Yeah, I noticed
Tony
that.
Stark.
I didn't know how to take that.
He's got like Tony Stark level gear, but it's cloth ninja
Yeah.
outfit. And it's
Feudal
like
Japanese
everything does
technology.
something. It's awesome.
What about issue 1 had like a real mainstream art style, like a Jim Lee, and issue 2 I started reading it, and then I ran out of like, you know, just I'd already by that time I'd read like 7 books.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
But it was a different art style, which normally doesn't bother me. But it was like, oh, dude, I wish you would have done like 4 or 5 with that Jim Lee style. It was really good.
That's one I've caught up on. They're up to like issue 26, and I'm sticking with that one.
You're
I like
sticking with
one.
that?
Yeah.
When is Iron Fist #3 coming out?
Today.
That came out today.
Oh, I can't wait, man. That's a good one.
Another one that Valiant does in the same universe is Wrath of the Eternal Warrior. We talked about that one a little bit.
You
That's a
talked
good
about that
book.
last week, and I looked it up, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna start on that one next, but I'm still going through Suicide Squad from the New 52.
Yeah.
Are you still liking
Yeah,
that?
really good, really good. I really like that.
Is that your favorite one out of the New 52?
No, Batman.
Batman's great.
Yeah,
Yeah, New 52 or Rebirth? Are you talking?
New
Rebirth.
52.
Okay.
I'm going New
52's
52.
over, right?
Yeah, it's been over for a while. Now.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that
That's why I
ended
was asking.
what, June last year or something like that.
I love the New 52. So much of that was gold, and Rebirth was okay, but New 52 I thought was better. The Batman one was.
See, I liked Harley in that as well, but not
The New
as
52?
much. Yeah. Yeah, 'cause I think the first thing I really noticed was her costume change. Went from, you know, the onesie with the things on it to, you know,
Right.
like the
Roller derby.
yeah,
kinda
roller derby kind of girl. Yeah.
Okay.
And the new series has kind of lowered it a little bit more.
What do you like better, the Harlequin look or
I
the
do.
roller derby?
I love the original.
Do you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean,
I love the roller derby.
I mean, I can see why they changed it though.
Yeah.
But have you seen the covers that have been coming out with Frank Cho work?
No, I love
really,
Frank Cho.
really good. They got her a little more full figured.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Jungle Girl, is that
Yeah.
what he does, right?
Mm-hmm. And I thought it was really, really good.
Hey, speaking of which, let's point out the new
Yes,
art on the wall that
yes.
Josh brought in.
Yeah, JP Inc. over here.
Yes. I picked 3 of them up at Heroes Con down in Charlotte. These 2 and Shredder, and then I grabbed this one here locally in Roanoke.
I love that.
Mhm.
Ninja Turtle. They're all great.
Yeah.
Shredder, I mean, that one is good, but the other ones are so good, I'd have to put that last.
Oh.
I tell you what, I could go, man, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow. 'Cause I was going Gambit 1.
Yeah, me too.
I was
that one.
going.
He does look awesome.
I was going Venom 2. I got
That's
Turtles.
Carnage, though, right?
Carnage.
Carnage,
Carnage. Same thing. One's red, one's black.
A little skinnier, different
Marvel
color.
hater.
Same thing. Same thing. Then I got this one over here would be 3 and 4. Even though I really do like this.
Yeah.
These 2 right here can go either way for me.
Yeah.
Hey, well,
yeah.
Dennis
I
was
think
telling
maybe
us we had to
we'll
get some
know.
Marvel up there.
There.
so.
There you go, Dennis. We did this for you, man. We did it for you.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, look, we accept donations.
Ha ha.
I did not hear back.
Yeah, that's a. Let me tell you,
That's
that's some crickets you heard on
It,
that.
it was shocking, wasn't it?
Do you know Dennis?
For quite some time now.
It's not shocking. Love you, D.
We were talking about going to Comic-Con, trying to get some art and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if Alex Ross is out there, I would love to get somebody.
How much
Yeah.
spending money you guys taking?
The official number is, I'm not taking any money in case anybody here wants to rob me.
Dude,
not,
I was wondering if you were
I'm
saying-
not taking any
Getting
money. I'm not
traveler's
taking credit cards. I'm going to be panhandling.
The panhandlers.
He's gonna be
Yeah.
on the beach in a wetsuit. Earning
Yeah.
dollars.
Do you give money to panhandlers? Like,
You know,
I remember
it's-
when you're
it's-
driving your car and you stop they're at the intersection.
You know, there are times I have because someone actually looks like they really do need it. But then I've heard people talk about that is actual job for people.
Oh yeah.
I've seen the same guy
Mhm.
for the last couple of years
Mhm.
rotate off the same corner, like, a couple miles from my house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, get a job.
hmm
I'm sorry, I know that sounds harsh, but there's a lot of that goes
Yeah.
on that's not legit.
hmm
Yeah, it's true.
I would say that most of the people that are in that kind of need,
Yeah.
legitimate need,
Mhm.
a lot of them, not all, and I hope I'm not speaking out of turn here, but I think a lot of it has like mental illness connections.
Yeah.
Not with the I can't find a job.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not in this area. There's jobs in Lynchburg. If you want to work, you can find jobs.
Oh, yeah.
I would say this. I think a lot of them is mental illness, but a lot of them is post
Traumatic syndrome.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I could-
PTSD.
I could see that, but I would call that a mental health issue.
Yeah.
See, to me, when I think mental health, I'm thinking they're born with it, not it's caused later in life like that.
A lot of
yeah,
times,
you can develop.
yeah, I can develop. I mean, you think about it. If they go through a trauma
Mhm.
and just snap,
Mhm.
if they had concussions,
Mm-hmm.
like you're thinking of, was it Chris Benoit and some of
Mhm.
these other guys? I
Yeah.
mean,
All kinds of mental diseases after birth, bipolar, depression, all that comes along.
Laziness.
Aaron Hernandez, that's one of the things they were going to look into him if they did the autopsy, was to see if he'd had any kind of, brain damage from his football days.
Well, he started doing stuff back in high school, so
Well, he was raised rough.
yeah, in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Man. But yeah, I had a guy who was doing that, and I was like, dude, I know you. No, I'm not giving you any money.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
hey, so don't tell anybody about your money. How much?
Because I'm poor. I just
Uh-huh.
look good. I get by on my looks.
If
I don't
looked
get
like
by
that,
real
I
well.
would too. Oh, I would too.
It's a pity thing. People-
Damn.
People
I
pity the
didn't
fool.
say that.
People pity the fool.
All right, well, hey, this weekend is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Next week we'll be discussing that, and maybe we'll get to Rogue next week. We almost got to Rogue this week.
We started on it, and then you were like, "Do we have time?" And then when you
No, then
talked about War and Peace,
we had
we
20
jumped.
minutes back then.
All right.
What's our character corner rather? What's our time allotment we're gonna give that?
Oh, dude, I'll give it 15 minutes. We had plenty of time.
Oh, okay. To be continued?
I was thinking, he had like a book over here to
No.
read.
To be
I was planning on like getting 5 minutes in maybe.
All right, cool.
She began once upon a time, and she's still around.
I'm getting antsy
So
now.
that was a good character.
I know if I'm antsy, so are they, man.
Yeah.
Antsy.
I'm antsy.
We have 3 people watching right this very minute around
Three
the world.
people? What's happening?
What's going on? Yeah, remember, go back and watch so you'll know the 1,000 subscriber podcast, the giveaway. We announced the first prize tonight.
What are the
Up.
names of the people watching so we can say
You know,
hi?
it's funny. This thing doesn't actually list who's actually in the room,
Oh, okay.
which is really odd. I don't know why they don't do that. YouTube, fix that for me.
Yes.
Right.
They have like a little list beside the chat box. That'd be great.
Mhm.
There you go.
Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe.
I am now fixing YouTube. And by the way, share our videos,
Share
share our
the
podcast.
videos.
You know what? People would love to hear us ramble on like we're doing right now.
It's awesome.
Simply incredible is what
It's
it is.
incredible.
Hey guys, anything else?
No, I think that's
Nah.
good, man.
That's it?
I'm ready to have a great week.
All right, you guys have an incredible day.
See ya.
Later.